Are you overcharging or undercharging your wedding videography work? When it comes to wedding videography, there are several factors to consider when pricing your service. Here are my 6 things to consider when pricing your wedding videography service. Number 1 is time. Consider how many hours you'll be shooting and editing the footage. Longer weddings and more complex editing projects will generally require more time and effort. So make sure to value your time and protect it at all costs, especially when you have a family that you need to spend time with. Number 2, equipment. The quality and quantity of equipment you use can affect your pricing. Consider the cost of your camera, lenses, lighting, sound, drone, and any other tools you need to capture a high quality footage. This can be expensive if you are not careful what to buy, so do your research and make every penny count. Number 3, experience. Your level of experience and reputation can also play a role in pricing. If you're just starting out, you may need to charge less to attract clients, whereas more experienced videographers can charge more. For example, a beginner can charge between $300 to $1,000. This makes sense having to only have few weddings filmed, and they probably only have one camera, a tripod, and a stabilizer. But on the more experienced videographer can charge around $5,000 to $10,000 or even more because they have the connection, experience, and probably expensive gears like I mentioned. Number 4, deliverables. Consider what you're offering your clients. Are you providing a full-length video, a highlight reel, or both? Are you offering additional services like drone footage or same-day edits, and also giving you raw footage, or even adding a manpower to make this package inclusions possible? Because in that way, you can have a second shooter to do other things while you're flying your drone, or an editor on site if you give them a same-day edit service. And when hiring a second shooter, be mindful of your location. Here in Canada, a second shooter may range to around $50 an hour to $100 an hour based on their expertise and equipment, and that cost can be charged to the client. Number 5, location. The location of wedding can also affect pricing. If you need to travel a long distance, you may need to factor in travel expenses, lodging, and other costs like gas, food, or even drinks if you may. Not to mention your temporary business permit that you need to get before the wedding when filming outside your business license area or jurisdiction. Some cheap wedding videographers probably don't have this. That's why they are cheap, because they never get the legal matters to run their business, like insurance, business license, or even drone license, and they probably don't even pay taxes. If you are one of those guys, be careful though, because you're not only risking your business, you're also risking your clients to have a beautiful wedding video that they can cherish forever, and this is a one-in-a-lifetime event. So don't mess it up by ignoring these things. Number 6, demand. Finally, consider the demand for your service in your area. If there's a lot of competition, you may need to offer more competitive pricing to attract clients. On the other hand, if you have a strong reputation and unique style, you may be able to charge more. For example, I do understand that weddings are oversaturated when it comes to wedding videographer and photographers. So lots of companies going cheap because of those things that I mentioned. Like videographer who didn't have the legality of running a business, that's why they can charge cheap. And this is a driving force here in Alberta, where a lot of people are offering cheap service, and it's affecting the standard price of a wedding videography. But if you want to have a sustainable business, you need to be at least charging $4,000 to $10,000 for your 8 to 10 hours of service. Because if you have to summarize all the costs of running a wedding videography business, you have to consider your gears expense, software, royalty-free music, platforms, website, editor costs if you want to have free time, business license, insurance, marketing costs, federal tax, manpower costs, your car mileage, your time to talking to the client to film the wedding and to edit their video and to deliver it, the time to learn about videography and the marketing side of it. I know that's a lot. By the end of the day, you will be left with nothing if you're only charging around $1,000 to $3,000 with your business. And if you break that down to an hourly rate based on those things that I mentioned, you will be paying yourself $5 an hour or even less. And with that amount, I'm sure you will be broke in no time. Thank you for watching my video, and subscribe if you get value, and I will see you at the next one.